Hi, my name is Steve. I'm the lean trainer here at SnapCab in Canada, and I'm here with Glenn, the founder and CEO of SnapCab. We are sharing about some of our experiences on a recent trip that we took to Japan with Paul Akers, a 2-second lean experience. It was a great trip, Glenn. What are we seeing today?
Okay, well today we're going into the stamping factory. So there's an order comes into Mifune. Now, once the order is processed and they know what they're making, the first stop is the stamping factory. And that's where we learned about SMED, single minute exchange of dies. And it's a really neat concept that you can use everywhere in your life.
The press is moving down. Is it value or non-value? Non-value. When the press touches the metal, value or non-value? Okay. When the die strikes through the metal, value or non-value? Value. When the metal part drops out the bottom and goes down the conveyor belt, value or non-value? Non-value. Okay, so when the operator grabs the part out of the machine, value or non-value? Non-value. When the operator is putting the part in the box, value or non-value? Non-value. It's all non-value. There's only a second of everything we do that's really value. When we're driving down the bus and I'm not teaching you anything, value or non-value? Non-value. The value is when you're, for that matter, if I'm up here speaking and you're not learning anything, value or non-value? Just because my mouth's moving doesn't mean there's any value. There's only value when something's changing in your mind, when you're learning. So value represents a very small part of everything we do in life. And the people who become really great lean thinkers are able to discern between value and non-value. When the waitress is coming up to take your order, value or non-value? Non-value. When did you go to the airport? When did you go to the restaurant for? To eat. Did you go there to place an order? No, it's non-value. When they pick up your plates and take it back, value or non-value? Non-value. Only when the chef strikes the knife, slides to the sashimi, at the moment it changes it, that's the only moment there's value. When you're lifting the sashimi from here to here, value, non-value? Non-value. When it's in your mouth and the saliva and everything's mixing, value or non-value? Value. Right? You know, does the customer that buys a woodworking tool from me, do they come to buy a woodworking tool so I can have a big mahogany desk? No, they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They're not paying. Do they pay for that to have the accounting done? Do they want the woodworking tools? No, they don't care about that. They want the woodworking tool. The only real value added is the people that are making the tool. All of the rest of us are just costs and overhead. And this was what Ono said. You are a cost. He would point to management. You are a cost. Now prove your worthiness by going and eliminating waste. This is what Ono said. You are a cost. Everyone on this bus, you are a cost. Now go prove your value by going and getting rid of waste. Okay? This is deep level thinking and understanding.
How do you like this place, Isa?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, there's mine.
That's my ice cream.
Oh, perfect.
I'm having sushi. I'm having pineapple. And my juice.
Ooh, who's that?
Where'd it go? We know the difference between value and non-value. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
The reason I bring that up is that's what that restaurant's all about. It eliminated so much of the non-value added activity. Picking up the plates, value, non-value. Non-value. So what do? You put it in a slot. Washing the dishes, value, non-value. No value. It's all automated.
Probably new dies coming online right here. These are older dies. They have to keep the inventory for, I think, like 10, 15 years. Mr. Amazawa, how long do they have to keep the old dies for Toyota? Oh, 20 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. 20 years, okay? So, again, this is so unusual they would let you do this. This is crazy. The next thing I wanted you to see was when you walk by all those progressive die stamping lines, did you notice that all the roller systems all had dies preloaded on them? Those represent the people on the Shinkansen coming into the station, standing up with their suitcases ready to go. Everything's ready, right? The machine is saying stop, be it off, boom, and goes. It's exactly the same concept. I want to get that together in your head because you should never forget how important it is to be ready when the machine stops and not start running around looking for stuff. Okay? Go all the way in. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Everyone has to go in. So, can everyone hear me? Yeah. Look at me. Everyone can hear me. I'm going to start explaining what's going on. This line stopped about 60 seconds ago. All these dies that are sitting on these green rollers in front of you are the new dies that are going in, or they've already come out. Let me just see. Hold on.
No, these are the new dies.
Yeah. No, these are the old dies. These are the next die change?
Yeah, next die.
Okay. So these dies here are for... Here we go. They're changing it. Look at, they just put the roller table down. They're sliding it on. Okay? They bring it down. They roll the card down. They just took the guy on. They take the old die off. Then they're going to push it down and grab the new die and change it. Look at this. Crazy. Insane. They don't even have to talk. And they're doing this all day long. This is just in time. Remember this word, SMED, single minute exchange of die. I did not finish the story of Richio Shingo. I'll tell it on the bus on how Shigeru Shingo came up with this. Notice the automation, which transfers the part, is also on top of the die. Watch what they're going to do, because they have to also transfer the part. So what he has right now is automation transfer parts. So these are the jigs and fixtures. They not only have to change the die, but they have to change the automation that transfers the part from one to another. And everything has to be perfect.
It's so easy. Click, click.
Maybe it says that parts get transferred from one to the other.
Oh no, you're not even going to believe what you're going to see in about another 2 minutes. So he just moved the Kanban station into place. Everything has to be set up for this die change. They're doing this all day long. They'll run this line for 10, 20 minutes and they'll do the whole thing over again.
Here comes. Here comes.
But not yet, not yet. So he just grabbed that first part and is going to inspection. I'll hold. Okay, so this is the first part you saw come off that die change. So this is the sample right here. This is the one that's held in the jig all the time. So she does her first visual inspection. She's got an entire checklist of things she has to go through here.
Mine.
So this is called building quality into the process. This is really not inspection. This is very counterintuitive what I'm going to tell you right now. This is confirmation that the job was done right. They know it's done right because everywhere along the line, quality has been built into the system. All they're doing here is confirming that everything is correct. They're not expecting to find a defect. It's very rare. You understand that? Because quality has been built into the die change, quality has been built into the automation, quality has been built into the original metal that's been stamped out flat, that is then formed. Quality has been passed on through the entire thing. Simply confirmation.
Every 5 sticks, we make an indication. Every 5.
Okay.
Because これ何本あるんですか、トータル？40 sticks. So every 5 we mark it so we can tell if I want, starting from 2.0, if I want 3.0, then 2 second marking is 3.0.
Ah, clever. Okay.
Make sense? ごめんね、注目されてなんか大丈夫ですかって。大丈夫。Actually, I'm not okay that everybody is staring at me.
They never show that they're nervous.
Huh?
They never show that they're nervous.
Right.
Correct.
100% inspection or just for sampling?
No, this is the first piece. They inspect first piece and last piece. Every time they change the dies.
So remember, stable. Remember, stable. Everything's got to be stable. Variation, no variation. If there's variation, you're going to have muda. All muda comes from burden or variation.
Hi. Okay, this.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Sugoi. Did everyone see the judoka, the little sensor on the metal? If anything is not perfectly calibrated, the machine shuts down automatically. The next thing is, when I walk back in that back area, that was the lights out die area. That's where all the dies are stored in a big warehouse, computerized. They press the button, grabs the dies and brings them out for all those rapid die changes.
So Glenn, something that the video couldn't actually capture because your microphones are actually very good, was just how loud this experience was being in that factory. It was incredibly loud. At one point you see a gentleman plugging his ears. But what kinds of things stood out to you from this little segment of the Mifune factory?
I've always heard of SMED and single minute exchange of die, and here we got to really actually see it. Seeing the new dies waiting, the old die rolls out and it moves out of the way, the new die goes in, and they had quick locks and everything to make it go. And what the lesson is, though, is that anytime, it's not just machines, or we had Rizzio Shingo come visit us at SnapCab. Oh, yeah. He was there for a few days, and he stood and he watched our press where we're pressing our panels, and he was asking our worker, "What are you doing?" And the worker said, "Well, I'm waiting for the press to open. It takes 3 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out." And he said, "Well, can't you prep the panels before that so that it's ready to go to put it in?" And sure enough, we ended up saving 3 minutes per panel, having Rizzio come and apply SMED. But you can apply SMED all over the place.
It really takes a mind shift to move out of kind of doing what you're used to doing. Right. Kind of saying, how can I do it more efficiently? To keep asking yourself that question. That's right. How can I be more efficient?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're not home, I'm toasting some toast.
Yeah.
I can start the toast toasting, and then I can go get the butter out of the fridge, and I can get my plate set there and get all set so when the toast pops up, I'm buttering it, and you can use it all over the place.
Yeah,
It's not just for machines that are doing something, but if another team are doing an operation, you can get ready to help them keep moving as soon as they're done their operation.
Yeah,
You know.
so that whole single-minute exchange of die doesn't necessarily just mean die, but just being
right.
efficient on the switchover.
If we were having a lunch meeting here in the conference room at work, we could have had somebody order the lunch order at 11 o'clock, so it arrives just as we go into the lunch meeting at 12. Instead of us, spending part of our lunch meeting going to get lunch.
And that just takes that mindset of thinking ahead and thinking outside of your normal practice of doing things.
And understanding where value is added.
So it kind of goes back to that whole understanding of value added, non-value added, and discerning where the value is added and getting to those value added.
That's right.
Yeah,
and the game is to shrink all the waste around the value added. There's the value added that happens momentarily, but how do you shrink all the waste around that? The other thing that I thought was interesting is their first piece off of those dies, they really took a long time and measured it. They weren't going to do 100 of them, then check them or see if they worked out. They checked the first one before they made any more. And
yeah, that was really interesting to see just, again, how careful they were in that.
All right, well, on to the next phase where they do more fabricating to these parts.